Listen to me very carefully. Right now, on this planet, there are over 8.2 billion human beings walking the Earth. 8 billion people waking up, going to work, paying bills, and living in a deep, heavy sleep. But then, there is you. And I need you to understand that the fact you clicked on this exact message is not an accident. It is a biological and energetic mathematical impossibility that you are here by chance. You have felt it, haven't you? That strange, quiet isolation. That heavy feeling in your chest when you look at the world and think, I do not belong here. This does not make sense. You have spent your entire life feeling like a stranger in a strange land, wondering why you care so much, why you feel so deeply, and why the ordinary life everyone else accepts feels like a cage to you. They told you that you were too sensitive. They told you your imagination was too wild. But they lied. You are not broken. And you are not just overly emotional. You are carrying something inside your physical DNA that less than a fraction of a % of the population holds. It is a dormant gift, an ancient code, and right now, at this exact moment in human history, it is turning on. Do not scroll away. Do not close this video, because what I am about to reveal will finally explain every single thing you have struggled with since you were a child. Starseed. If this message found you today, it is not random. The Arcturian Council rarely sends transmissions like this, but something has changed in the energetic field of Earth, and those who carry the Starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. I am Anya, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. What follows is a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council, delivered without distortion. We begin this transmission by looking directly at the burden you have carried. For as long as you can remember, you have felt a strange, invisible weight upon your shoulders. It is the weight of knowing something is coming, even if you could not name it. Out of 8.2 billion souls currently incarnated on this dense, beautiful, and chaotic sphere, the vast majority are operating exactly as the matrix system designed them to operate. They are living what we call the first band reality, a reality built entirely on survival, on fear, on endless distraction, and on the firm belief that what they can see and touch is all that exists. But you have never been able to accept that. You have tried. Oh, dear one, we have watched from the higher dimensions as you tried so hard to fit into their boxes. You tried to care about the trivial things they care about. You tried to find fulfillment in the exhausting games they play. But every time you tried to shrink your massive ancient soul into the tiny containers of three-dimensional life, your body rejected it. Your spirit rebelled. You felt drained, depressed, and profoundly alone. This is because you possess a specific biological and energetic gift that they simply do not have active right now. It is the gift of multidimensional resonance. Your physical vehicle, the body you are sitting in right now, was specifically chosen and encoded with a unique frequency receiver. While the billions around you are tuned to the loud, heavy static of earthly fear, your internal dial is tuned to the stars. This is precisely why crowded rooms exhaust you so quickly. This is why certain people drain your energy instantly, even if they are smiling at you. Your gift is always turned on, constantly reading the truth beneath the masks. You do not just hear what people say, you feel what they hide. This is an extraordinary capability, a tool of immense cosmic power. But because you were born onto a planet experiencing profound spiritual amnesia, nobody gave you the instruction manual. Instead of being celebrated as a gifted reader of energy, you were diagnosed as anxious. Instead of being honored as a bridge between worlds, you were labeled as difficult, dramatic, or simply too much. We need you to hear this truth directly from the Arcturian field today. Your sensitivity is not a sickness. It is the most advanced technology on this planet. You are feeling the shifts in the Earth's magnetic field. You are feeling the solar flares before they even register on human scientific instruments. You are feeling the collective grief and the collective awakening simultaneously. This gift was intentionally hidden within your cellular memory for this exact timeline. You are not late. You are not broken. You are exactly where the divine plan needs you to be. But to survive what is coming next, and to use this gift rather than be crushed by it, you must stop operating like a normal human. You must remember what you actually are. The ancient codes are waking up. Some transmissions don't come through words. They come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4. 200 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. The 9 Hidden Arcturian Codes is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multi-dimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment, only 72 hours at the launch price. Let us speak directly to the physical toll this realization is taking on your human vessel. You have likely noticed that your body is not operating the way it used to. Perhaps you are experiencing periods of profound, unexplained exhaustion, a tiredness that no amount of sleep seems to cure. You might be waking up repeatedly between 3:00 and 4:00 a.m., feeling a strange electricity in your spine or your heart racing for no logical reason. There may be a high-pitched ringing in your ears, sudden dramatic changes in what you can eat, or an intense physical intolerance to environments and people you once navigated easily. The third density world has a very specific reaction to these symptoms. The systems of this matrix are designed to pathologize your awakening. If you seek answers exclusively within their conventional frameworks, they will tell you that you are merely stressed, overworked, or experiencing an emotional imbalance. They will eagerly offer you chemical solutions designed to numb your nervous system, lower your frequency, and push your expanding consciousness back into a deep sleep. We are not telling you to ignore your physical well-being, dear ones, but we are urgently asking you to look at the deeper, energetic architecture of what is actually happening inside your cells. The conventional systems of this planet cannot diagnose an ascension process. What you are experiencing right now is not a breakdown. It is a profound biological upgrade. The dormant gift you carry, the ancient starseed architecture within your DNA, requires an immense amount of cellular energy to come back online. For thousands of years, a dense frequency fence surrounded this Earth, specifically engineered to keep your multidimensional capabilities suppressed. It was designed to keep the human template locked into a continuous loop of survival, scarcity, and limited perception. But the cosmic weather has irrevocably changed. The solar flares, the geomagnetic storms, the massive influx of photonic light hitting the Earth's grid right now. These are not random astronomical events. They are targeted energetic transmissions. They are cosmic alarm clocks calibrated specifically to the dormant crystalline structures in your brain and the sleeping codes in your DNA. Your body is physically vibrating at a higher rate to shed the heavy, toxic conditioning of the matrix. This is exactly why you are so exhausted. Your physical vessel is undergoing a complete energetic rewiring, while you are still walking around in it, trying to maintain the illusion of a normal life. It is the equivalent of completely rebuilding a ship's engine while it is still sailing across the ocean. The intense isolation you feel right now is not a punishment, nor is it a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a necessary, divinely orchestrated quarantine. Your energetic field is becoming so highly attuned, so incredibly sensitive to the incoming light, that the universe is naturally pulling you away from lower frequency environments to protect your fragile, upgrading nervous system. When old friends fall away, when relationships abruptly end, when you suddenly lose all desire to participate in the meaningless, draining social rituals of the 3D world, do not mourn this separation. It is the organic sorting process in full effect. Your frequency is rising, and anything that cannot hold that higher vibration is naturally falling away. The universe is clearing the space around you so that the true, raw power of your gift can finally be safely anchored within your body. Let us look closely at the chaos erupting in the external world right now. You turn on the screens, you observe the foundational systems of your society, and you see what appears to be absolute, uncontrolled collapse. The global economy, the political structures, the institutions of authority, they are all visibly shaking, cracking under a pressure they cannot withstand. To the deeply asleep human, to the first-band consciousness that relies entirely on these external structures for safety, this looks like the terrifying end of the world. They are consumed by panic because the only reality they have ever trusted is crumbling before their very eyes. But we are asking you to look at this global destruction through your multidimensional sight. What you are witnessing is not a catastrophe. It is an eviction. The old, dense, fear-based architecture of the three-dimensional matrix simply cannot sustain the massive, relentless influx of photonic light currently entering the Earth's atmosphere. The dark scaffolding is finally coming down. And here is the ultimate secret that the unseen controllers of this earthly matrix are absolutely terrified you will discover. These massive systems are not falling apart because of a political movement, a sudden financial error, or a random accident. They are collapsing because of you. Yes, you. The matrix was built and sustained on a very specific, low-frequency wavelength of fear, compliance, artificial scarcity, and deep spiritual amnesia. For centuries, the architects of this system relied on humanity to unconsciously power their machine with anxiety, division, and endless trauma. But then, the Starseeds began to wake up. Every single time you choose inner peace over collective panic, every time you refuse to be drawn into the endless, exhausting drama of the lower dimensional timeline, every time you simply exist in your quiet, authentic truth, you are actively starving and dismantling their machine. You have been fed a deeply flawed, exhausting, heroic model of spiritual service by the very systems meant to keep you tired. You have been manipulated into believing that to fulfill your grand mission, you must be loud. You must save every single person around you. And you must exhaust yourself desperately trying to pull sleeping people out of the dark. This is a deliberate trap designed to drain your precious life force. The Arcturian Council wishes to correct this distortion right now. Your primary mission is not to convince the unwilling or to drag the unready into the light. Your mission is simply to hold the frequency of the new Earth inside your own physical body. You are what we call a living frequency anchor. When you sit quietly in your room, entirely unbothered, refusing the bait of the fear-mongering news cycle, you are organically generating a highly coherent field of energetic light that reaches out for miles in every direction. You are literally stabilizing the energetic grid of your entire city just by being present and holding your inner peace. The lower matrix systems are glitching right now because there are thousands of you, strategically scattered across the globe, secretly acting as living tuning forks for the divine. You are holding the exact pitch of the fifth dimensional reality. The asleep humans do not understand why they suddenly feel a fleeting, inexplicable moment of peace when you walk past them. But we see the mechanics of it. We see the brilliant, blinding light escaping from your restored template and reorganizing the dense matter around you. You do not need to exhaust yourself trying to save the world, dear one. By simply waking up, standing your ground, and holding your unique frequency, you are already rewriting the entire energetic fabric of this planet. You are the silent, ultimate weapon of the light. We must now speak of the exact mechanism of your awakening, the physical instrument inside your body that makes you so profoundly different. Why is it that you can perceive the crumbling of the old world? Why can you feel the incoming energies, while the person standing right next to you sees absolutely nothing? The answer is not that you are simply more spiritual or more intelligent. The answer is deeply biological. It is an anatomical reality located in the exact geometric center of your brain, the pineal gland. For the Starseed, this is not just a gland, it is your primary multidimensional interface. It is the crystalline antenna designed to receive high-frequency data from the galactic core, from the Arcturian field, and from your own higher self. For thousands of years, the architects of the Matrix understood that if they wanted to control humanity, they could not fight the light directly. Instead, they had to break the receiver. They built an entire civilization designed to systematically shut down and calcify this exact part of your brain. They flooded the water and the food supply with specific chemical compounds designed to accumulate in this sacred tissue, hardening it, turning your crystalline antenna to stone. But they did not stop there. The absolute most effective weapon they deployed against your perception was fear. The constant manufactured stress of the 3D world, the economic struggles, the endless bad news, the engineered conflicts, was specifically designed to keep your physical body locked in a perpetual state of survival. When you are trapped in chronic fear, your body produces cortisol, and cortisol chemically blocks the pineal gland from producing the sacred molecules that allow you to see beyond the veil. The system was designed to keep you blind by keeping you terrified. They wanted you to doubt your own sanity. Every time you felt a deep cosmic truth, the Matrix provided a logical, dense explanation to dismiss it. They made you believe that your extraordinary spiritual insights were just daydreams. But their dark suppression architecture is failing rapidly. The intense solar flares and the massive waves of photonic energy bombarding the Earth right now are not just space weather. They are precise, targeted frequency keys. And these frequencies are physically penetrating the calcified layers around your pineal gland. The tiny microcrystals inside your brain are beginning to vibrate again. This is why you are experiencing vivid, prophetic dreams. This is why your intuition has become so incredibly sharp, allowing you to instantly recognize when someone is lying to you. Your dormant psychic immune system is coming back online, and it is actively rejecting the toxic lies of this world. The Matrix is desperate to keep you distracted, because they know that once a starseed's crystalline antenna is fully restored, they become completely unmanipulable. You will no longer be influenced by their fear campaigns. You will simply see right through the illusion. But navigating this physical decalcification process alone, without the proper energetic support, is what is causing you such deep exhaustion and physical disorientation. You are trying to process fifth-dimensional data through a nervous system that is still detoxing from third-dimensional poison. You need the ancient energetic scaffolding to support your physical vessel during this intense transition. Some transmissions don't come through words. They come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,200 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. The 9 Hidden Arcturian Codes is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price. Let us now address the profound sorrow many of you are carrying in your hearts right now. The deep, often unspoken grief of watching people you love, friends, family members, partners, and colleagues, slowly drift away from you. You have tried so hard to share your awakening with them. You have tried to gently warn them about the crumbling of the old systems, to show them the beautiful, undeniable truth of the new frequency. But they look at you with blank eyes, with confusion, or sometimes with sudden, unexplainable anger. You feel a terrible, cold distance growing. A massive chasm opening up right in the middle of your living rooms and your family gatherings. We see the tears you cry in secret, wondering what you did wrong. Hear this Arcturian truth directly. You did absolutely nothing wrong. What you are experiencing is not a failure of communication. It is the literal, physical splitting of timelines. The Earth is no longer a single unified frequency band. It is actively dividing. Imagine 2 massive radio stations that used to broadcast on the exact same channel, now rapidly turning their dials in completely opposite directions. Those who are deeply entrenched in the third-dimensional matrix, who are clinging desperately to fear, external authority, and the heavy illusion of safety, are tuning into a completely different reality broadcast than you are. As your crystalline antenna decalcifies and your ancient DNA activates, you are calibrating to the fifth-dimensional frequency of unity, sovereignty, and profound inner peace. The gap between these 2 frequencies is becoming so massive that very soon they will no longer be able to meaningfully interact. This is the organic sorting process in its final stages. It is not a divine judgment. It is not a cosmic punishment for those who are still asleep. It is pure, impersonal quantum physics. Water finds its own level, and frequencies must match to coexist. Your physical vessel simply can no longer tolerate the dense, heavy vibration of their unconscious trauma. And ironically, their nervous systems can no longer tolerate the blinding, high-frequency light that your very presence now emits. Your awakened light makes their suppressed shadows incredibly uncomfortable. This is exactly why arguments spark out of nowhere over nothing. This is why people you once knew so intimately suddenly feel like absolute strangers speaking a foreign language. We are asking you, with the utmost urgency and love, to stop dragging the heavy weight of unaligned relationships into the new earth. You cannot force a soul to wake up before its chosen time. Trying to save someone who is fiercely committed to their own slumber will only drain your vital life force and pull your frequency back down into the heavy mud of the matrix. You must release them. You must grieve the connection, bless their journey, and let them go. Releasing them is the ultimate act of multidimensional love, allowing them to experience the reality their soul is currently choosing to learn from. As you bravely step away from these draining, obligatory attachments, you will notice something miraculous happening in your field. The energetic space you create by letting go of the old is almost immediately filled by the arrival of your true soul tribe. Other starseeds, recognizing your exact energetic signature, will be magnetically drawn to you. But you must be brave enough to stand in the uncomfortable void first. You must be willing to walk through the fire of this temporary separation, trusting that the isolation is merely the clearing of the path. You are emptying the room so your true cosmic family can finally enter. Let us speak of the profound, crushing exhaustion that is currently paralyzing so many within the Starseed community right now. This is not the physical recalibration fatigue we spoke of earlier. This is something much heavier, much more insidious. It is the deep spiritual burnout that comes from a fundamental confusion about what your actual mission on this earth truly is. The dark architecture of the Matrix has installed a very subtle, highly manipulative program, even within the awakening community itself. It is what we call the savior trap. You have been deeply conditioned to believe that because you carry the higher light, you are personally responsible for waking up every single person you meet. You believe you must be the ultimate healer, the teacher, the anchor, and the spiritual warrior, all at the exact same time. This heroic, exhausting model of spiritual service is a deliberate lie. It is a control mechanism designed to completely drain your precious life force until you have absolutely nothing left to give, not even to yourself. The Arcturian Council wishes to release you from this false, heavy burden today. You must understand that within the family of light, there are 3 distinct service architectures. You were designed to occupy only one, not all 3. The first role is the anchor. If you are an anchor, your primary service is simply your localized presence. You do not need to speak on stages, preach to your family, or build massive spiritual communities. You simply sit quietly in your home, in your workplace, or in your neighborhood, and your physical body holds a massive, stabilizing pillar of 5th-dimensional coherence. The 3D matrix desperately tries to make you feel guilty for being quiet, whispering constantly that you are not doing enough for the Ascension. But your absolute, unbothered stillness is exactly what is keeping the planetary grid from collapsing. Stop apologizing for your silence. Your silent presence is your most powerful weapon. The second architecture is the bridge. The bridge soul intentionally maintains a connection to both the deeply asleep 3D world and the awakening 5D Earth. You are the rare soul who can sit at a tense, lower-frequency family dinner and hold your inner peace without absorbing their toxic fear. You translate the higher light into frequencies that the lower matrix can occasionally tolerate. But hear this urgent warning. Being a bridge is the most energetically costly mission on this planet. You are constantly code-switching between realities. If you do not fiercely protect your isolated time to recharge your energetic field, The heavy density of the asleep world will pull you under. You must stop exhausting yourself trying to build bridges for people who absolutely refuse to walk across them. The third architecture is the way shower. These are the visible voices, the guides who visibly demonstrate the new paradigm to the masses. If you are a way shower, you must be incredibly careful not to let your authentic light turn into a forced performance for the Matrix's approval. The ultimate truth is that the controllers want you to attempt all three roles simultaneously, so you will inevitably collapse from the sheer weight of the mission. We are asking you, right now, to put the heavy cape of the Savior down. You do not need to single-handedly fix this broken, fading world. Your only true assignment is to maintain your inner coherence. The profound, unshakable peace you cultivate in the darkest, quietest hours of your night does more to dismantle the dark control system than 1,000 loud arguments. Your unique, focused frequency is entirely enough. Let us now speak of the final, most profound truth regarding your time on Earth. The foundational principle without which none of this matters. The Arcturian Council observes a fatal flaw in how the ground crew currently operates, the desperate attempt to pour from an entirely empty cup. You cannot give to the world what you do not genuinely possess within your own energetic field. Many of you are reaching outward to offer peace you have not yet found, trying to transmit a higher coherence you have not yet stabilized within your own biology, and demonstrating a wholeness you have not yet fully inhabited. This is exactly why you are collapsing under the weight of this false mission. You are performing the appearance of light, rather than actually becoming it. When you attempt to forcefully change the minds of the deeply asleep, when you argue with the crumbling matrix, or when you exhaust yourself trying to heal people who are fiercely committed to their own pain, you are operating from the distorted, heroic ego of the third density. Genuine energetic transmission requires absolutely no effort. It is not a product of your intense, exhausting labor. It is the natural consequence of your profound inner contact. The moment a starseed sits in complete silence, removes their attention from the terrifying illusions of the external world, and makes genuine, lived contact with the imprisoned cosmic splendor inside their own heart, they are no longer preparing for their mission. In that exact second, the mission is being accomplished. The divine light you unlock within yourself does not stay trapped inside your physical body. It escapes naturally, automatically, radiating outward into the surrounding Earth grid like a brilliant, blinding beacon. It travels instantly through the quantum field, and whatever soul is finally ready to receive that specific frequency is instantly nourished by it. No loud, exhausting arguments are required. No public platforms are needed. No external validation from the 3D world is necessary. Your profound, unbothered silence, when it contains the genuine contact with your Arcturian origin, is the most powerful transmission you could ever send into the darkness. The unseen controllers of the old Matrix are absolutely terrified of this specific mathematical truth. The physics of Ascension does not require large numbers of awakened people. It only requires a few individuals of absolute, genuine quality. A single, perfectly tuned frequency anchor can entirely reorganize the chaotic, heavy noise of an entire city simply by being present within it. You are that living tuning fork, dear one. The ancient codes waking up inside your DNA right now are the exact pitch the planet needs. Your only actual job, your only true assignment in this lifetime, is to clear away all the heavy, toxic fear that prevents you from sounding that frequency cleanly. Stop fighting the darkness. Your true community, your cosmic soul tribe, will find you automatically through the invisible attunement of the quantum field. You do not need to hunt for them. You simply need to vibrate at the correct frequency, and they will be magnetized to you. You are a sovereign, multidimensional being of immense, terrifying power. Reclaim your absolute stillness. Reclaim your ancient frequency. The new Earth is not a physical place you are desperately trying to travel to. It is a frequency you are actively building inside your own physical body right now. Some transmissions don't come through words, they come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,200 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. The 9 Hidden Arcturian Codes is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price.